Hello everyone, Andrew here, and as I'm sure you know, YouTube is currently experiencing a COPPA emergency. This could be the end of the website as we know it, especially for channels such as mine, which have, a more family-friendly audience. I haven't said a single swear in over 700 videos. Thankfully though, I have a plan to combat this dastardly COPPA, and here in my hand I have a list of slurs, swears, and other derogatories you can expect to see on my channel from now on, thus making it COPPA compatible. Let me just read to you a couple of these. Number 1, sticker star. Even I think dropping the double S bomb may be going a bit too far. Alright, so maybe COPPA was a little bit overblown, but I understand why people, were a little bit afraid of this. It seems like, every year now there's like a change to YouTube that people are a little bit dubious about. But this one, kind of scary with, the threat of a fine of almost $50,000 and such. I can understand why people, were very weary about exactly what would happen on January 1st. So far, it doesn't seem like much has happened. It's still possible there could be like a massive wave of, YouTube's algorithm hitting videos that it thinks are targeted towards children. And that's the biggest problem, is I think, if YouTube systems, which have done a great job of, picking out videos that have mature content and such in the past, and other words, they've done a terrible job. If they start doing that with videos marking them for children, which then means that, the biggest thing for me is it would cut off the comments. There would be no comment section on those videos. And my favorite part of YouTube is, of course, interacting with the people who watch my videos. Otherwise, I might as well just, record them and just save them to my desktop if I can't even interact with others and, share opinions and ideas on video games. That's what this is all about. This is, when I got into YouTube, it was about the community. It was about you, not, gigantic corporations as it is today, who, just want to put commercials and whatever else out there on the internet. So I think that's, that's kind of where we're at now. 2020 YouTube is a lot different than 2010, 2011 YouTube, around when I started. But that's just the breaks, and I'm still going to try and enjoy it to the extent that I can, as long as I do not get a $50,000 fine. So yeah, we'll see. Again, nothing really seems to be happening now. But in the coming months, who knows? Just who knows? And again, even if it's not a fine, just if, half my videos suddenly overnight don't have comments and stuff anymore, that would really, hurt my motivation to continue uploading things. But again, nothing yet, and hopefully all your channels out there, if you have one, are the same. Otherwise though, what is going on here? So, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a fantastic holiday, and any events that you celebrated were absolutely wonderful. For myself, Christmas is a thing that goes on here, and one thing that I did get is actually an HD capture card, and it's like, wow, that's actually kind of cool. So even if YouTube goes the way of the dodo, you just never know. I might, look into streaming or such. I actually did last year, like in the summer, think of trying to do some streaming just for fun. I'm just like, one day, why not give it a shot? But to this point, the only thing I've owned is a Dazzle, and wouldn't you know, Dazzle's like not compatible with Open Broadcaster. So it's like, I spent like 3 hours trying to get that to work, but I think that hopefully this capture card right here, the Elgato, should be good. And then yeah, that of course will allow me to record HD consoles as well, which is something I could never do before. I could record the PS3, but it would have to be with the red, white, yellow cables, and it always looked awful. So this will maybe motivate me to do a little bit more modern stuff on my channel, a little bit of Switch and stuff. But of course, retro is what I love, and it's not just because I'm like nostalgic for it and such, but you definitely notice these days so many games come out. And like I was going to get Crash Team Racing, and then what do they add to it a little bit later on? But in-game, buyable benefits and such, and it's like, that just kind of this takes away from the experience. I love being able to go back and play old games, and there's nothing popping up bothering me to spend real money on things, whether or not it really affects the game, or if you can still even get those things without spending the money. It's just something irks me the wrong way about that whole microtransaction path that modern gaming is going down. But I know that if I pop in an NES card or an N64 card or a PlayStation 1 game, I never have to deal with that, and that just feels good, knowing that I'm never going to be asked to take out my wallet again in the middle of enjoying a game. I don't remember exactly how I got on that tangent, but yeah, it's Crash Team Racing. But that's just the way that modern gaming goes. I did actually also for Christmas received The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening HD, and I had a lot of fun with it. It took me about 15 hours to get almost everything. I'm missing 2 heart containers. I think that you get one of the heart containers. Like just literally, he just gives you a heart container from the Dampy, dungeon maker. I haven't really dove too far into that yet, mainly because, I just played through the entire game. The last thing I really want to do is just make dungeons that consist of the rooms that I've already just played through and all the other dungeons. I was really hoping that it would be more like you would find, dungeon rooms as those tablets, and then you would, assemble dungeons with completely unique rooms, and it would feel like, new and fresh, and not just kind of, the same thing that you just played over and over again. I don't think that that component of the game was held as well as I was hoping it would be when the game was first announced. Otherwise, it's a decent remake. There's some other problems with it too, like that grease mark along the bottom of the screen that's supposed to look like, it's a toy. And it has that kind of parallax going on, but I don't really think that worked out too well. And I'm not a big fan of some of the remixed music tracks, where I noticed that I really didn't like the overworld music while I was playing it. And I'm like, man, I actually would, wish there was a Game Boy music mode so I could just, hear the Game Boy soundtrack while I was playing on the overworld. And then I went and listened to it on YouTube, which, Nintendo probably, doesn't want to hear that people are doing that. And that actually makes me wonder if Nintendo's planning a Nintendo iTunes service, because just like when they got rid of all the ROMs, then they came out with Nintendo Online, which is kind of like, a game streaming service. So I wonder if their attack on soundtracks on YouTube is that they're, starting the process of getting something like that out there, which would be kind of cool. But when I listened to the HD's overworld music just on its own on YouTube without actually playing the game, it sounds better than when I'm, going on an adventure in the game, exploring, fighting enemies. It just doesn't seem to fit, that adventurous mood, where if you listen to it standalone, it's a little bit better. But I think that the Game Boy version, it was already really fantastic. And I really realized that while I'm playing this, this game released for the original black and white Game Boy still held up so well today that it maybe didn't need an HD version. And that's why when I played it, I was a little, I guess, less, impressed than I had expected to be, just because the original was already so good and timeless. And it makes me want to go back and play the Ages games again, which I think I will do, because again, they are just such fantastic games too. Even, I don't think they really need an HD remake, as was proven by Link's Awakening. Other things that I got for Christmas include a Super EverDrive from Miles Luigi, and this one's really cool because it has the extra boards at the bottom, which make me think it's probably compatible with Super FX chip games, where, if you don't have those extra 2 boards on the left and right, I don't think that you can put ROMs on here that are compatible with those kinds of games. But the main thing I like flashcards for is for playing ROM hacks and homebrews and such on real hardware. And I actually want to make a video with Miles Luigi about this, and we tried to a couple of weeks ago, but there was technical difficulties, and we'll definitely try that again soon. There were some other things I need to deal with that were not YouTube. And from Teal Game Master, I got 2 very spiffy Banjo-Kazooie pins. And I think it's so cool that, Banjo and Kazooie being in Smash Bros. Now just kind of brought them back from the dead, where no one was really talking about them for a long time. And with the resurgence of the 3D platformer, I think that Microsoft is just so dumb to not use these 2 guys and make a new 3D platforming game with them. If you want your Xbox One or whatever the next Xbox is to really catch people's attention, literally all you have to do is launch it with Banjo 3E, and everybody in the universe would buy it. It's just such a no-brainer. And I mean, obviously the original team that made the original Banjo-Kazooie games, they've all gone now. They've done things like Yooka-Laylee, but I don't care. Whatever you have to spend to assemble the best team of platform makers ever. I mean, heck, find people who made Hat in Time and all sorts of other platformers out there these days, which, by the way, also a gift from Teal Game Master. Thank you so much. I haven't dove too far into it yet, but very interesting from what I've played so far. But just that is what Microsoft needs to do. And everyone will be talking about Xbox. Everyone will want an Xbox. But I don't have any faith that they'll make such a smart decision. And I mean, I'm not, on their board of directors. I'm not their CEO, who is, extremely knowledgeable in the video game universe. Why would I ever know what would make the next Xbox console a massive hit? So, don't listen to me. My advice is totally awful. But yeah, so that's just my opinion on things as of late. And that's kind of just what this video is. It was just rambling on about the crazy COPPA emergency that never happened and never will. Hopefully. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. I actually have some plans. Again, that Miles Luigi video, and there's some other things I also want to make. Expect to see at least one more video later on this month when I look back at the whole year on my channel. It's crazy to think that January 30th, 2019 was the day that brought me back when the Wii shop channel closed down. I uploaded that video, and as a result of that, all year now I've been uploading videos, and thank you all so much for those who have stuck with me. Every once in a while now, people still, find my channel, not realizing that I've been back since last January, which, it's just, again, the YouTube algorithm, it will, put out there what it wants to put out there. And in relation to that, there's actually some really funny things I want to show in regards to which videos of mine have been popular over the last year and which ones haven't, because the results may surprise you. Thank you also, again, so much for your support, for watching this video, for watching all my videos, and I hope to see you next time. Again, when we talk about something different, and we'll see about getting this set up. No promises. I'm gonna, start streaming anytime in the near future. But if you think that me streaming would be interesting, let me know down in the comments below. I'd like to hear what you think about that. So thanks, and see you later.